Focus On, Season 2, Episode 37, where we watch The Pickup Artist. Season 1, Episode 1 and 2. I'm Chris Lorenzen.
B-Dog.
And...
Maxidor.
Man, this show... I'm right out saying it, top third show. It is fantastic.
Is this top of the top?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's Married at First Sight.
We could talk about it. We could talk about that later. But it's probably close. Such a great show, guys. It is so ridiculous.
VH1, can you get back into producing reality TV shows?
Brian, what is this for you?
Like, this is easily like a top tier, like maybe the top.
Brian has never said top on the show.
Yeah,
at
like,
all. I think he's only ever said bottom.
No, I've said mid tier most of the time. Like MythBusters, I was mid tier. Like I wanted to try it again, which I still haven't. So that
one of our friends just texted us, Emmy. She wanted to know what everyone's ratings are, and I just kept her updated. That's why I asked you, Brian. I don't care about your opinion normally.
Damn it, no.
Okay, The Pickup Artist. Tell me about The Pickup Artist.
All right, I'll tell you.
On VH1.
I don't know if this is the VH1 description, but...
I don't care. I'm so fired up.
This is a description I have. 9 male contestants who have been unlucky in love get pointers in the fine art of picking up women from seduction artist Mystery and his 2 wingmen, Tara and Matador.
So yeah, they swapped out J-Dog for Tara later.
Okay, J-Dog is...
No.
That's why I was confused. I'm like, who's Tara? And I'm like, wait.
Okay.
Well, he had to go start doing Dale McPoyle on the Sonny's episodes. So
he does look like
Doyle
a
McPoyle.
Doyle McPoyle, yeah.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
He fumbled over that one a little bit.
It's okay.
Shut up.
So,
if you have not watched this show, stop everything you're doing. Go to Google right now. Watch this show.
Yeah,
The
we
Pickup
watched
Artist Season 1, Episode 1 is one of the most exciting 43 minutes of my life.
Season 1 is on Vimeo, so I'm not sure if it's like Episode 1. I feel like dragged a little bit.
Sure.
There's definitely my one complaint with this show is the reality show editing of the show, where there's a lot of recaps and like some things just take too long.
Agreed.
But if you could fast forward, just fast forward through all that shit.
Yep.
So the show starts out with these 9 guys. Do you want to go over all the guys?
Sure, but we're not going to use their real names. We're just going to use like...
Yeah. I have the reason on the show.
All right. We have Spoon, who's afraid to talk to women. Is that correct?
He does not know how to approach women.
Sure.
Why he's on the show.
You have Fred, who looks like Fred Armisen and is the 45-year-old virgin. His
That's
words, not
correct.
mine.
He's the 40-year-old virgin plus 5.
Yeah. Wow, I just got to roll through these. You got Fat Joe.
Joe W, yeah.
No, that's
was
Joe
not
D.
Oh, Joe
Yeah.
D.
Joe D is he's not happy with his appearance.
Sure, close enough.
You got Joe W. Something weird about the show is like, you know how on reality shows they like have a little like blurb under their name so you remember who they are? They constantly cycle through different ones on this show, and Joe W's are amazing. His first one is like Joe W, 24. Women think he's gay. Or Joe W, 24. Loves musical theater.
I fucking love it. I hope that there's going to be like later ones like Interview After the Club. Sucked it up with that one.
Yeah.
I was so confused because you usually use those to figure out who people are. And like they just keep changing them.
So let's see. We're 4 down. Then you got Scott. Scott is sort of a stereotypical, round glasses nerd type, I would say. I don't know what his problem is.
He gets very nervous and stutters around women.
You got a Hispanic name that sounds like Avaro but is not. He later renames himself Cosmo.
He freezes up around women.
What's his name?
Alvaro?
Alvaro, yeah.
Alvaro?
Who else am I missing?
You're missing Brady.
Brady.
Lacking in self-confidence. is the reason he's on the show.
Yeah, Brady starts off with like a mop on his head, and then he like goes full Justin Timberlake, and it's actually a good look for him.
Can't
like
forget
platinum blondes. Yeah.
Can't forget Pradeep.
Oh, Pradeep. My God, how could I even think about forgetting Pradeep? Pradeep talks a bit too much.
Yep. And overanalyzes.
That as well. And then finally we have... Is that it?
So we went through Alvaro, Brady, Joe, Pradeep, Joe, Scott, Fred, and Spoon.
Oh, there was only 8? There were only 8. Oh, shit. Okay,
9 was second season.
Got
when
it.
I read the description, that must have been in the description for the second season.
Got it. All right. Sorry for the confusion, folks. Yeah, so all of these guys are fucking losers, and they're like doing this really degrading to women thing. But I'm really excited for these dumb pieces of shit to like get a win, even though it's in the worst way possible.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably bring that up right now, is that we know that pickup artists, like, they are scummy people and they should not do what they do.
But damn, is it good television.
And like some of the people on the show, like Fred, the old guy, he like legit just wants to meet like somebody and like be married and just meet somebody. Whereas like, I feel like if you're trying to be like, have sex with like 18,000 women is like the wrong way to go about all of this. And that's what is scummy.
I don't think any of these people really have wrong intentions. Like, it's all like, hey, like,
well, we don't know what their intentions are. We just know that they don't know how to like talk to women, and that's like why they're on the show. But if you like start being like that asshole, then like
right, like
you're using your skills
basically like
in the wrong way.
Basically, pickup artists like have like a baseline, and then they take it to the next level that they can easily make stuff happen. Versus like these guys who are just like below base, and now it's like utilizing these techniques, they can maybe get to the base level.
I think the goal of the show of like, you know, teach these guys how to talk to women and not feel, you know, unconfident or whatever is almost a noble goal. But the person they send to solve it is...
Well, it's inherent in this thing because you're a pickup... Like, this guy is a quote-unquote master pickup artist. So, like, in order to stay at a master pickup artist, like, level... You got to keep doing it. Like, and at that point, you're just an asshole because you're just like leading all these women on. And like, it's fine, you know, sometimes, but I'm sure most of the time it's just like not just people trying to have fun. Like they're there to like meet people and have a reasonable relationship. And like Mystery uses psychology to like trick people into like having sex with him.
Yeah,
is the bullshit part they don't really show on the show.
So far, nothing has been like douchebaggery. It's like
nothing in the show so far has been trickery or like trying to use psychology to like sleep with women. It's just more about, hey, gain some confidence. This is how you can actually approach somebody. That's all we've seen.
Right.
But I'm sure as we go further, it gets more into the how do you get them more attracted to me, and how do you like pull them away from their friends, and how do you get them to do these step-by-step things that overall end up making you really shitty person.
Yep.
To be fair, they did kind of start with that because now, like, when they were starting to say, or to start initiating conversation, the concept was to get her interested in you, not you be interested in her.
I mean, I don't think there's anything scummy about that. I think, as I'm saying, is like each step of the way doesn't seem that scummy.
Right.
Like you just want to talk to women and like maybe you want them to be more sexually attracted to you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one part that I think you're right. It is somewhat scummy to start out with, but in general, I don't see too much wrong with that.
Right.
I feel like women do that all the time. Right.
No.
That's their whole goal. Is to get them to be more get people attracted to you. I see nothing wrong with a guy trying to be doing the same thing.
Right.
Which is what they're trying. Regardless, let's get back to the show.
Okay. So we're back at the show. We've met all the contestants.
That took forever, by the way. The intro was so long.
Oh, it was kind of fun though. You know, everybody says their little bit. I liked it. Okay, so yeah, we're done with the intro. You have all these like 9 dudes showing up at this house. Oh, did we mention? Yeah, we mentioned that Fred's real. So it's like 10, or 7 20-something-year-olds and Fred, who's 45. He's clearly out of place. They show up to this house. They're sort of, checking it out as one does in a reality show. Oh, there's a giant bottle of liquor. Is it liquor? Oh, it's definitely liquor. I can't believe it. Shit like that. And then a phone calls.
With an animated GIF on a fucking phone from 2007.
Yeah, that's some high-tech shit.
And not an iPhone, which came out in 2006.
Not 2006, 2008. Anyway.
I thought it was 2006.
Well, 2007 because anniversary. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, it was 2007. Anyway, they go to this phone, and there's a little screen on it, and it says, call from Mystery.
I just want to rename all my contacts in Mystery now. Call from Mystery. I don't know who it is.
All right, so we should talk about Mystery right now.
Okay, tell me about Mystery.
So, Mystery, I mean, they didn't really bring it up in the show, but I've read The Pickup Artist, which is a book by somebody, I don't know who the fuck wrote it, but Mystery is mentioned in the book as a pickup artist.
Okay.
And one of the things in the book they mention...
Is it like The Disaster Artist?
Somewhat. It's about a guy being a shitty pickup artist and then moving past it.
Okay.
So, like, it goes through the buildup of him being really shitty and then, like, getting out of it.
Okay.
But one of the big things was peacocking. And Mystery was like the best at peacocking, is what was in the book. So in the show, Mystery's just wearing a hat with goggles on it at all times. And he's got a tattoo of a kiss on his neck. And he's just wearing outlandish clothes. All 3 of the judges, I don't know if they're judges.
J-Dog, Matador, and the main man, Mystery.
I'm not saying their names. I'm just not sure if they're judges or not. They're just like hanging out. And they're all peacocking. Like the one guy has like streaks in his hair and is a little flamboyant, and then they're just wearing like ridiculous clothes a lot.
What is
I don't think Matador was that ridiculous though.
Matador is definitely the most reserved.
Yeah.
He wasn't peacocking that much.
He doesn't need to peacock.
But he was looking like, I mean, they all generally looked good.
Right. Looking fly
regardless
as fly,
of
no
what
problem.
the fuck they were wearing.
Mystery did not look
Sometimes Mystery was wearing things that definitely didn't look good. You're right. But the other 2 definitely seemed like they were looking good most of the time.
Sure. I have a feeling on the finale he's going to be wearing the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and it's going to be great.
Mystery definitely wearing like leopard print shirt, I think, at some point, with like a vest. And he's just wearing like a suit jacket with the collars popped, and you're like, wait, what are you doing? Like, I understand maybe the hat and maybe the goggles. The first pair of goggles.
Maybe?
The second pair of goggles were absurd.
Yeah.
Or they weren't even, they were like wood, like with slits for eyes, and you're just like, what the fuck is that?
The first ones are like sort of your classic steampunk goggles. The second ones are like something Jawas would wear.
Like, yeah, I just have fucking no idea. And I'm like, I don't want to know, but
Wootini.
See, I think this is the point. Is like you want to know what the fuck and why he's wearing them. So he's like, there's a reason to talk to him.
If I were a drunk girl at a bar and I saw a guy wearing that, I would reach up, rip him off his fucking hat.
They
stomp
showed
on
that.
them.
They showed a girl trying to take him.
Right, and then you stomp on them, and then they're gone forever.
And this is how Max get beats up at a bar.
No, Mystery is not beating up a small drunk girl.
Just a small drunk Max.
When are the the allegations coming out against Mystery?
I'm sure they're already out there.
I can't believe they're not out there already.
I'm sure they are.
Probably.
I do want to mention in these intros, some of these guys said some pretty interesting things. The one guy, I didn't write down the names of who wrote these, so I forget. One guy said he shits his pants and has an uncircumcised penis when he's like out approaching women.
Was that? Oh no, that was Pradeep.
No. I feel like Pradeep said another line that somebody said was I'm looking for a girl with a moderate Jewish look.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
he
also
did, yeah.
Pradeep.
That was definitely
I
pretty.
think he
No,
said
but
all those.
Pradeep said, "The world doesn't have to know I shit my pants and am uncircumcised."
Yeah.
Real quotes from Pradeep. Also, there's somebody in the house. It's Alvaro, who is now known as Cosmo, cannot pronounce Pradeep.
They brought that up a couple times during the intro. And I was
It's-
like, can we move past this? Does it matter?
Yeah, it's not that important, and it's also a very easy name, though. But yeah.
Pradeep.
Let's see. What else happened in the first episode? Oh, well, there's a whole.
I mean, we just got past the intro, so there's a lot more.
Sorry, there's a lot to work with here. So yeah, they get this call from Mystery, and they go to meet Mystery at a club called the Foundation Room. And basically, he's sitting in a seat, sort of looking the other way. Somebody pats him on the shoulder, and he turns around, and there he is. He's Mystery. He's like, "Hey, y'all are." It looks like you had something to say, Chris.
I don't have anything to say.
He says, "Yo, y'all are here for different reasons, but you all have something in common. You need my help.
I
I'm
have
going to
no-
help you."
Yeah. His help. No one else's help.
Right.
His help.
You got to have that.
He
mystery help.
sounded very like I'm the only person when he said it.
You know, Mystery is definitely a piece of shit. I know this personally, even though I've never met him. But, you know, he always has sort of this, like, commanding tone to him. And, like, maybe there is something to all of this. He clearly knows how to carry himself.
I'm not. He clearly has or had at that time, like, some sort of, charisma around him that, like, gave him. He had his goals were not great. I can't keep bringing it up, but he does have a charisma. He does have
a je ne sais
confidence.
quoi.
Yeah, he does seem like, it's a guy you want to get to know or like talk to. So like, I get it.
Yeah, shitty magician with goggles is really something you want to get to know at a nightclub.
Yo, I would definitely befriend a shitty magician with goggles at a nightclub.
Come on. No, you shitting me? What? God damn it, Max.
Yeah, and then they were like, he tells the guys what's going to happen. They like come to the club later that night. They're going to come in later, and then they're just going to cold approach girls without any like. He wants to see them what they've done before and without any coaching. So
And they all screw up in their own way, and it's kind of fun to watch them just fail hard. Because honestly, like, half of them I've probably been in that situation, but man, is it cringy and fun.
it's hard to watch. It really is hard to watch.
Yeah.
To watch these, like, the one guy doesn't even approach anyone. That was pretty easy to watch.
Yeah, that was. Sometimes they just go. Do we have any concrete examples?
No, I didn't write any down. We watched too many episodes.
We watched two episodes.
We watched
yeah.
2 episodes. It's hard to remember.
We have one guy who goes up and says, "Hey, I'm Scott." And she says, "Hey, I'm like Kathleen." And like he asks one more question, she answers, and he says, "Hey, can I get your number?" Maybe I
That's
don't
true.
think that was reality TV editing. I think that was like actually what happens. Just really easy avoidable things.
I don't think any of that was reality TV editing.
Oh, and there was Spoon who just goes up, says hi, in a good way, and then has no follow up.
That's true. Then I feel like there was some guy that there wasn't anything super memorable about them. They were just like bad. They were just like started a conversation and then didn't go anywhere, or like didn't even really start a conversation and got shut out immediately.
Oh, there's the guy who went up to the group of 2 and only talks to one of them, and that's I never have consciously considered it, but yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I mean, while they're doing this, Mystery and the other 2 are just like bringing up cogent points about like this isn't how humans talk to each other, and regardless if it's at a club or like out at a restaurant or like anywhere, it's like you don't approach 2 people and just talk to one of them.
Yep.
like that's just like you're an idiot. Or
Oh.
like say hi to somebody and just like not have anything to say. Why did you say hi to me? Like there's just weird things to do.
100%. Also worth noting that, while they're doing all this in the club, we're not blindly watching this from the outside. Thanks to advanced hidden camera surveillance technology, we're able to watch them fail in every possible angle.
I love when Mystery goes out there. Some of the angles they have are like black and white cameras from like, I don't know where the camera is, but it's like shot up and to like the left and it just looks really weird.
Yeah, who
Like
knows?
they keep bringing that up. Like that's part of the reality show editing that I don't like. It's like, oh, they're back at Foundation. Guess what? They have these cameras that we have to take another 30 seconds to explain to you.
Maybe it was like novel in 2007, but I can't believe the show's from 2007. Mystery looks like such a dumb fucking piece of shit for 2017 and also 2007. 2007, like, we dressed pretty normally. We were about to elect Obama. We did okay.
Did we? Ooh. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then after they go, Mystery and whatever the other two names.
Matador and J-Dog.
How can you forget J-Dog?
Matador is the one I kind of like is on the tip of my tongue. I never remember J-Dog.
Right.
Nobody remembers.
No one remembers J-Dog. They go out and then they go pick up, like talk to women around the whole club.
Right. And they do a good job of it. They're fucking idiots,
Yeah.
but they succeed at the goal.
Like everyone in the club like knows who they are at that point. Like I feel.
Sure.
At least how they made it seem. I'm wondering, when they're at this Foundation Club, is this a Monday night? Is this a Tuesday night? Is this a Friday night? Like, is this like a side room that you have to be like invited to for this, filming the show?
I don't think it matters because everybody has to sign an NDA and they're like bringing people in like no matter what. Like,
You think so? You think like a Monday night's got like this crowd they got?
yeah, like they'd put out an ad and then people would come and be like, hey, like just come to this club on Monday night. Okay, well, I guess I didn't really have anything else to do on Monday night. They go to the club and then have to sign an NDA, and then all of a sudden it's great. They're just partying it up, and then oh my God, J-Dog's in the club.
I don't think anyone in that club knows who Mystery, J-Dog, or Matador is.
They all know J-Dog. You shut your mouth.
No one knows who J-Dog is.
No, nobody knows who they are.
I mean, people might know who Mystery is. I feel
You mean-
like maybe somebody that comes into the club every night, it would be weird for them to be on the show multiple times. Right?
Did we? So, okay. We watched a couple of episodes of this, and we were wondering, do they just keep the cameras up? Do they just keep going back to the same club to pick people up?
No, they definitely are.
Yeah, I didn't notice on the second one that it was still Foundation.
I thought it was.
It kind of looked like it.
I stopped remembering to look, but I will definitely be marathoning the rest of the show, and I'll keep people updated.
You gonna watch season 2 as well?
Moving on.
That's a
I-
yes.
I also got partially sidetracked because I was like, oh, maybe they all know who Mystery is after they banged him. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't imagine that person banging anybody.
I feel like there was a big backlash against this pickup scene. There was a big backlash and like created all these sites where people rated guys and like peacocking is like no longer a thing anymore because everyone can see that you're peacocking.
Good. Good.
Regardless. Anyway, we were talking about
So yeah, the guys
The
roll in
Foundation.
and they sort of show him how it's supposedly done. And then you also have all the 8 dudes back in the van watching them. They're like, "Oh, I can't believe you did that!" Yada yada yada. And man, these guys use some bad lines. I don't have any off the top of my head, but they're bad.
they definitely like I don't know if they were real reactions, but they were definitely like shocked and like this at least the shots that we saw. Was
Oh.
all of them being shocked.
Yes. Also, all the guys, whenever a girl says like something that's like a bet or anything, they only say only if you get me a drink.
Yeah,
Which
that
is
was
very
weird.
strange.
That was very weird.
I mean, yeah, I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. It's engaging television.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the pickup scene and you're just talking about the show. Okay.
A little bit of both.
Maybe it's just a way to be like, off camera, be like, oh, hey, like, don't give me this string. Just like, yeah, like, we're not going to air that part.
No, I feel like that's just one of their lines they had at the time.
It seems like one of their lines.
Like that was a line. I'm sure
mean-
they might bring it up further into the show when they're like, oh, now that you've like introed, now you've got to like intrigue them, ask them to give you a drink. Like, what are their bullshit like things that they know, quote unquote?
I guess it's a quick, easy way to check if they are invested in you or not. I don't know. It's
Max is here analyzing. over here.
maybe I'm pretty.
Max is.
I'm predicting it.
Max, you ready to earn those merit badges?
No, I want negative of these merit badges.
We'll get to
Max
those.
wants all the drinks, though.
I'll take a couple of drinks.
We'll get to the merit badges. So anything to say about overall of episode 1? I feel like episode 1 ends there.
I think the structure of, okay, you guys go fail and then we'll show you how it's done is kind of a fun thing.
No, I feel like we're just watching a class of these. Like, if no one got kicked off the show, I feel like it might even be better.
Maybe.
Because I feel like you get to see everyone progress. And then maybe at the, like, you earn points throughout the whole thing and somebody eventually wins. But, like, I feel like kicking off the bad people makes the show worse.
I agree.
Because
I want to see
you want to see
fail.
the bad people.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Which
yeah,
is,
there are a few other shows like this that I've always wondered, why do they kick off people like episode 2? Like, there's just no point. If you're actually trying to improve
most shows kick people off episode 1.
Yeah, like, just give them time to improve and then start mass kicking off people. Who cares?
Well, I just don't think you need to kick anyone off here. Unless you, like, halfway through, you're like, okay, we got to kick off 4 people just so that we can film or do different things, like a tighter set. But, like,
Yeah.
at this point, I want to see all of these people try to get better. I don't want to see just the best ones get better. That's just my take on it. Regardless, the first episode, no one got kicked off. It was just like, even though the one person didn't approach anyone, we thought he was gone. And then the next episode, he changed his name. And he didn't get kicked off.
That's right. His name was different between episode 1 and episode 2. Yeah, like, he just stood in the corner, and then he looked so relieved when all of a sudden nobody was getting kicked off. Great.
I feel like we could talk about it, but Spoon definitely probably would have done better if he didn't approach in the first episode. I feel like he like scarred himself by talking in the first episode.
Yeah, but part of it is also learning about rejection. So
No, I understand that, but he had no confidence. So well, I guess we'll talk about it. So episode 2 starts out. Do we talk about them in the pool?
I don't really know when the pool happens, but yeah, okay. There's a little pool section which is just, a bunch of male bonding, I guess.
Well, it was like 2 guys in Speedos.
Yeah.
And then Spoon jumps in all his clothes.
Yeah, somebody's wearing a I only date MILFs shirt.
I think that was Pradeep.
Oh,
Oh, no,
knows?
maybe it's Spoon.
I think it was Spoon.
No, you're right, it's Spoon.
And then I feel like there's another pool segment later where Alvaro, whatever,
Sure.
was punching Joe
Oh, yeah,
D.
in the abs.
in the abs.
Or lack thereof.
Or gut, that we would probably call it. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty shitty there. It was pretty cloudy at the pool.
I mean, I'll take any pool over no pool, but yeah.
Whatever. All right. So episode 2 starts.
Oh, baby.
Got to talk about episode 2.
Starts getting
Yes.
real.
So here's where Mystery comes in and says, hey, we're going to show you how to approach women. And we're going to have this challenge where you have to go and reinvent yourself. You got to peacock a little bit.
You got to have your avatar, Chris.
Your avatar, that's right. Your blue avatar.
Your airbending avatar.
And the outfits these guys, so everyone goes to this, I don't know what happens. They go to the store and this like hairdresser. And like, I'm not really sure how much of it is them versus how much the producers versus how much is the store. Anyway, they like have this huge montage about all these people going and getting like some people got their ears pierced, and then they all come back in these new outfits and show them the mystery, and some of them are like, okay, that kind of works, and most of them are just like, oh my god, you wore that. Whereas like I never really like there's a couple times where Mystery's wearing leopard print and I'm like, oh my god, you wore that, but all the other three, I've never said that while they were like what they were wearing.
Sure.
Whereas like some of the people, like the 45-year-old comes in looking like he's fucking in 21 Jump Street trying to go to high school.
He really does. Like, do you know that scene from 30 Rock where Steve Buscemi is like, "Hello, fellow kids"?
No.
Okay, well, he
You're
doesn't.
pulling real deep right there.
Real
He's
deep.
not pulling that deep. That's like a common like GIF.
He looks
That's
like
deep, man.
he looks
30
like a
Rock's sold.
45-year-old trying to look like a 17-year-old.
I'm also pretty sure this episode is older than 30 Rock.
That's fair. They could have pulled that from the
Yeah,
here.
yeah, man.
Oh man. Well, the most baffling to I think all of us was Spoon.
Tell me about Spoon, and then tell me what happened to him afterwards.
So Spoon is wearing a red T-shirt.
Uh-huh.
What does it say on it?
Want women.
Want
Wah,
women.
wah, wah.
Want woman. It was just a fucking terrible shirt.
And then he's wearing like a sport coat
Oh yeah.
over it.
Most importantly, these words are covered up by the loosest tie that you've ever
Then
seen.
he's wearing like a black sport coat. Then he's wearing like a blue striped tie that's super loose. And then he got his ears pierced. He's got like, was it all in one ear? I think it was all one ear.
I think it was one ear.
That he's got like 3 piercings in his ear now. And I forget what pants aren't important. I think they were just black.
Yeah.
Everybody
like,
got the
this
tightest pants
blue-
you could possibly imagine
Like
on.
the blue tie with the red shirt just looked absurd.
It looked terrible.
And then the fact that it was loose made it look even more absurd.
Yep.
Like if he just wore that tie with a red shirt, it would have looked awful. It still looks awful.
It was the poorest excuse for fashion I may have ever seen.
And then Mystery and the 3 turds decide to give him the prize.
By unanimous
By
decision.
unanimous decision. Like, absurd. Like, they were talking and they were like, these 2 people are for the running. And they're like, they pointed at point 1. We're like, okay, well, that guy's going to win because he actually looks like good. And they give it a fucking Spoon of all fucking people. So terrible.
It was breathtaking because, like, in the lineup, there was one other dude who, like, actually looked pretty decent. You know, well,
Like, you could see the slight peacock. He wasn't overdoing it. Like, he was just, like, looked fine.
well kept. You know, yeah.
And
But
it
no,
was
they
just
picked fucking Spoon. I spent multiple times this episode just being like, I cannot fucking believe they picked fucking Spoon.
Max and I were yelling at the screen about what the fuck he was wearing. Because he wore it the rest of the episode. It wasn't just this one scene. It was like, Mystery liked it, so you're just going to wear it to the club tonight, too.
Of course,
And I
he's
was
also
just
wearing
like-
sunglasses too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the sunglasses. I feel like they just really like the sunglasses.
Yeah.
They were like blackout sunglasses, too. They were like black on black. You couldn't see his eyes.
Yeah.
They were like the weirdest sunglasses I've seen, too.
you go to the club in those and you are not seeing shit.
Like, yeah, you're bumping into everything. You can't see anything in those inside at all. And then who else had like a terrible? There was the one guy dyed his hair like a little blue in the front.
Oh, yeah.
Scott, I think, right?
Just a little peacock, I guess.
No, it wasn't Scott.
It was Scott.
Was it Scott?
It was entirely Scott. The dude with the round glasses.
Yeah.
Took them off. Got some contacts. I promise you. I promise.
You promise?
Promise.
110%. Okay, yeah. So, you know, a dude who was clearly a huge nerd before is still a huge nerd afterwards, but like he walks in with like a little piece of his blonde hair dyed blue, and Mystery says, "I like the blue. It's not too blue, but it is a conversation starter." I'm like, Jesus Christ. I can't believe these people are like getting their ears pierced for this fucking show. I can't believe it.
I mean, you should take them. No, the one guy got his ears bored or whatever to get the,
Oh,
the
yeah.
hole in it.
Yeah.
Gauge, that's it.
Gauged.
I like bored. They got bored. See, this is where the show really starts, I think. I
Yeah.
think episode 1 was pretty it was entertaining, but it just wasn't quite there. Here's where it starts. When they get the people in their costumes, it's just so good. I
It's
wish this
really
was the
great.
show. They would just pick people to pick crazy outfits. Who else? I feel like Joe, the chubbier one, he went young, and they told him, "Oh, I expect you to go old." How the fuck was he supposed to know that?
Right.
Right.
No, he shows up
Hey.
looking young, and they're like, no, we want like a gangster. We want a mafia boss. Such a weird.
I mean, he definitely would look better as a mafia boss. than
oh,
what the fuck he
100%.
was wearing.
100%. But still, it's such a weird suggestion.
I mean, eventually, later in the show, he just looked pretty normal to me. He was
Yeah.
just wearing like black, because
Yeah, if you wear all black, well tailored, you look okay.
yeah.
Shocker.
I don't really have a lot to say other than that. I mean, after Spoon, there's another guy wearing a loose tie, and I was like, who the fuck's telling you to wear a loose tie? Like, whoever's telling you to do that is wrong.
Yep.
That can never be pulled off. Don't do that.
This reminds me of Floribama Shore, where that guy was wearing the Pops collar, and we're like, didn't that die? No, it's still alive, apparently.
But the loose collar was never a thing.
It was for a hot minute. I feel like
I've
in
never.
a Justin Timberlake like music video, it may have been there, like 2003.
What is dead may never die.
Was Dead May Never Die?
I mean, like, you wear a loose tie after, like, after a dance or something, and you're like, oh, I could take my tie off now. Like, that's an acceptable time to wear a loose tie.
Right.
Not over a t-shirt.
Right. You probably shouldn't be going to a club in a t-shirt to begin with, especially one that says
Whoa. Have you seen the Jersey Shore? It's t-shirt time.
T-shirt time.
That's when you go to the club. You go to the club in a t-shirt.
I thought they just went in like bare chested.
I mean, that's the second thing you do. But
Been
when
there.
Jersey
when
shirt.
you're ripped, you just wear the tightest t-shirt you can find that has that, like, is standoffish.
No, you wear the tightest pants so they can see how tight your wallet how big your wallet is.
How tight your wallet is. Right. Right, Brian. How tight your wallet is. That's why you wear your jeans as tight as possible. You got to show off how big your wallet is, because that means you got more money.
Oh,
'Cause you got a
gotta.
big wallet.
Right, and you got to have the Monster condom in there.
All right, so they get their makeovers, and they all have these tight-ass wallets. And then they say, all right, boys, back to, I guess, Foundation again.
Oh,
Well,
they
no. So Spoon won this competition.
Oh,
so
yeah.
as a result of winning this, he got to talk with, who is it, Tara?
Yeah, a
Tara.
real girl.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, we're going to reward you with a woman. No, wait, not like you think. Like, really, like, goddamn 2007.
Yeah,
Man.
that's the thing is, like, there's things in the show where it's clear that this fucking mystery guy is a fucking asshole. Like, you just don't say that.
Right.
You,
Like,
you win a woman. Like, what? That you just don't say that.
I have a feeling that might have been a producer.
You mean they're not goods to be bartered and traded?
Exactly.
What?
Yeah. So, I mean, after they do this contest, they are given a set of lines to open women with, and they get to practice with Jay whatever and Matador.
J Dog. It's not that hard.
Jay Bow and Matador. And
really-
but except for Spoon, since Spoon won the competition, he gets a real live woman.
She
Practice
describes herself as, yeah, I befriended Mystery a couple years ago, and I think he's really, like, noble.
Yeah. How many times do you think she's slept with Mystery?
0. I think she's
At least
never
one.
met Mystery before the show and never slept with him during.
I don't know. I feel like that is a real friend of mystery.
I feel like Matador slept with Mystery.
Oh.
God damn it, Brian.
So yeah, she and Spoon talk a bit. Spoon's real tight, and then he gets loose after 5 minutes. She's like, "Yeah, he seems like a real sweetheart."
Phrasing.
Yep.
Okay.
Tight wounds. Sorry.
Yeah. So, like a normal human being, you're uncomfortable talking to somebody you don't know, and then after a little bit, you warm up, and then you start to open up like a normal human being. So Spoon did that, and he thought he had a lot of confidence going into Foundation the night of to practice these openers, as they were called.
Which really, like, it just tough to, like, open it with a question.
Well,
Like a ridiculous question.
They're really dumb.
like, do you floss before or after you brush?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, no one cares.
Right. No, the real question is toilet paper, over or under. This is not suggested by the show, but is my suggestion now.
No, that's how you weed out people you don't even want to talk to in
Right,
life.
exactly. Thank you.
That's
I believe your computer just reset itself.
I can see that.
Interesting. Well, the podcast keeps going.
Podcast is a moving.
All right. So they go to the club now, and holy hell, these openers were terrible. Like, wait. So when did the guy ask about Katrina?
Oh, my
my
god.
God.
Okay, so that guy did not practice his openers. So let's go with possibly the worst thing on this show, which is like, you know, the guy says, "I'm from New Orleans," and the woman says, "Oh, I'm Cajun." And the guy says, "Oh, how did your family fare in Katrina?" And she says, "2 died."
Awkward.
No, okay, to be fair, I've never had "Oh, where are you from?" end up this poorly in my life. Like,
Well-
that's a completely reasonable thing to start with. Or not start with, but go at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
it just really
it's
backfired.
fine. I feel like it's not okay to probably talk about Katrina just for reasons
Right.
like this.
No,
but
he-
if you do end up talking about it, it's got to be more around like, oh man, New Orleans, it's what happened. It's so shitty, or like, you know, but not asking like, did anyone you know died in Katrina? Like, that's such a terrible question.
Yeah.
Do you just like, no one I know died and high five? Like what is that shit? Like,
Yeah.
where do you even take that?
No, this is on him, but man.
Or is this on Mystery for not teaching them?
No, he did not learn the pickup lines.
No.
But
Who-
they only learned openers.
Who also is bad? Oh, there was one guy who started his way through, "Hey, so I have this friend. He has pictures of his ex, and his girlfriend found out. She wants him to burn them. What should he do?" What sort of fucking... Okay, he starts through it, but what sort of fucking line is that? If somebody said that to me, I would just be like, "Stop trying to pick up artist me, you dingus.
You dingus.
You dingus."
That is definitely a word. I mean, it's kind of weird. I liked the kissing one. I thought that was okay.
Is kissing cheating?
Yeah.
Is that how you want to meet somebody?
It starts a conversation, though.
I mean, you're just trying to.
It's so creepy.
It is
to me.
creepy. I give you
Yeah.
that. Which one would you use of the ones on the show, Max?
Of the ones on the show, they're all about like, "Hey, I have this friend with a girlfriend problem." I wouldn't
Not
use
all
it.
of them. The toothbrush one I just said wasn't.
I would definitely use. It wasn't on the show, but I would say toilet paper, over or under.
We've already gone over that.
No, I'm just saying that's what I would say.
Yeah, but I asked you which one on the show you would use.
do you have any family who died in Katrina?
All right, Max. How do you
Is it
how
too
do you keep the
soon?
conversation going after they both say over?
After what?
After they both say over, which is the only true way. How do you keep
No,
the
you just, like,
conversation
if-
going?
If they say under, you just walk away.
Well, yeah, like that's the conversation closer. I'm talking about keeping it going.
What about sideways? Like that way you don't have to choose.
What if you just put it like you just have it? What if you don't have a roller thing and you just put it on the counter?
Then I would be like, have you ever used a Japanese toilet? Oh my god, I just found my new line, ladies and gentlemen.
Max
Whittock.
Max is
How do you feel about bidets? Or toys that talk to you?
Oh man, I wish I remembered the badge name, but Max, I'd officially give you
The badge.
the opening badge.
Oh, it's the cannon badge.
I give you the cannon badge.
This signifies that you're a piece of shit and on your way to being more of a piece of shit.
That's fair. So yeah, we
Oh.
didn't talk about Spoon yet.
We didn't talk about Cosmo.
Go ahead.
Cosmo, he rolls up here, and the sort of opening line is referred to by the pickup artist as a gambit. So he whips out a very particular gambit, where he says, "Hey, do you want to see me breakdance?" Somebody says, "Not really," and then he goes and breakdances.
Oh, and then somebody
then-
else after him.
Before that, he goes and breakdances, and then he goes up to somebody afterwards and says, "Hey, did you see me breakdancing?" She says, "Not really." And then afterwards, a guy says, "Hey, did you see that guy breakdancing?" Take it away, Chris.
I don't know. That's all I was gonna say.
He says, "Hey, did you see somebody breakdancing?" And they're like, "No, not really." And he says, "That was my friends." It's like, oh, okay.
So you go, what a tool.
Yeah, oh my god, I would love to see like a pickup artist tool academy trade.
We got to talk more after we're done with this episode. We got to talk more about Tool Academy. I think,
Okay.
in context of the show. So I guess the last person to go is really Spoon, and Spoon comes in his style and tie with red shirt,
I can't believe it.
and he just like freaks out, and he like his cold open the other day has really set him in like a weird mental state, and like he's just back to where he was, and he can't open anyone. Then he comes back in and opens somebody, but then he leaves again in the same state. And in his confessional style interview, he says, I don't know if I can take this anymore."
Yep.
And then the end of this episode is absurdly long.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. They have to vote
Is-
somebody off.
They have to vote somebody off. So Mystery picks an overall winner of the night,
Yeah.
which was Joe.
Yeah, Joey D, the person who they said like he was the overweight person who they said should dress older but didn't, and I think he got a chance to like change his outfit because he looked a lot.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. So anyone that didn't get really praise from Mystery got their outfit changed.
Okay,
So
but yeah,
like
he was looking good. He crushed it.
Yeah, he definitely did. Definitely earned the win. And then with the win, he got to pick two other people to be his wingmen.
I think this is a fun little
Yeah, we were like confused because they teed this up where Mystery was like, the top winner will be safe from elimination. And I was like, well, only the bottom one is eliminated. So anyone above the bottom is not eliminated. So I was so confused up until this point that they mentioned the wingman thing. And I was like, okay, so he gets to pick two people that won't be eliminated.
He picks Mr. Breakdancer and Mr. Looks Pretty Okay.
I don't understand the point of this. Just have the judges pick the loser. I don't.
Well, no, it's like you start forming alliances. Perhaps you
I understand that
develop
that's what they're
some
trying to get to.
brotherhood.
You got to get some politicking in this show, man.
This is all right. I feel like this is early on in reality shows where I guess they didn't really know what's going on, and they were trying to make some sort of like Survivor. Obviously, has like the number one, and they're obviously there's a lot all about alliances and stuff. But like, I don't really think this adds anything to this show.
It doesn't, but it also allows like if the person knows that like, oh man, you really fucked up out there, you might be going home. to save like their friend.
Yeah, that's the only reason for it.
Yeah, and
Because
then,
I don't
like-
think the other two were going to go home regardless.
right. Like those two definitely weren't.
Max will have to let us know if it works out that way, how this changes.
I might marathon this fucking show.
I'm probably gonna pop this on tonight.
So I can't say how much I hated this. This
Elimination thing
this
was
elimination thing. I couldn't. I hated it so much. It was
it
so
took
bad.
too long. Like, oh my god, they introduced like this medallion system.
Oh man, the medallion.
Fuck, dude.
We've hinted at it. This is where it comes in. So, Mystery shows up and he's like, "Okay." They show this like giant badge in the middle, and then around the side there was like 6 or so like mini badges.
It's literally like you have 6 mini badges for defeating all the Pokemon gyms, but then in the center, that's the real deal. You got the Elite Four.
Yeah,
That's Giovanni.
That's Giovanni.
no,
yeah.
Giovanni was just a regular.
Giovanni
gym.
was Viridian City or whatever.
No,
Oh.
it's more like you go and beat the Elite,
Elite
Four,
Four.
which is not Giovanni. It's
Uh,
the Elite
yeah.
Four.
But anyway,
So in this case, does beating the Elite Four just mean like you slept with a lady?
This badge system is fucked up.
It's
okay,
real fucked up.
I don't think you could get the master badge without sleeping with women.
Probably not.
On the show, yes, but like, do you really have that badge?
Probably not.
So regardless, so this first badge. Oh, in the meantime, Mystery is sitting there with this chain on with the master badge.
Yeah.
And this first badge is, what's it called again?
The canon badge.
The cannon badge.
It's like, this is canonical.
I don't understand why it's the cannon badge. It's the starter.
Packle Bell decreed it so.
Anyway, so if you don't get kicked off the show, you get this cannon badge. So you get your first merit badge, your first asshole badge.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Do I have anything else? This at some point somebody says this is Nerds Gone Wild.
Yep.
That was pretty funny.
Well, we should talk about the end of the ceremony.
yeah. So it really ends with 2 people left: Mike, the 45-year-old version, and Spoon.
Which I understand why Spoon is there from what happened.
Yeah.
But he was definitely not the worst. I still
Right.
don't understand how you kick anyone off the show from this episode.
No, I agree. Like they should keep people on so that they actually improve. But
Well, not that
It
they actually
doesn't-
improve. It's just entertaining to watch these people, regardless if they're good or bad.
Do we think
Also,
there's
yes.
a redemption house?
No,
Oh.
there's no redemption.
That would be great.
Maybe he comes back in season 2.
Oh. Second chances.
But yeah, Spoon didn't deserve to be like on the chopping block because he went back out there after his pep talk from Matador and actually chatted up people.
I mean, I do think that he's lesser than other people because he needed the pep talk.
yeah, but
But it's
at the same
fine.
ti-
He did a good opening. So like, he definitely shouldn't. He definitely wasn't going to be eliminated
right,
until he volunteered to leave the show.
right, and that was my favorite moment. Mike, we applaud that you actually stuck through this.
Yeah.
Like they had no other defining quality
Yeah,
to say. Just you stuck into this game and we
That's
got
true.
it.
Who do
He's
you
like-
think would have been kicked off had he not self-volunteered?
Oh, I don't know, man.
the old-
it's
the old
anybody's
guy.
guess.
The old guy is definitely getting kicked off.
Yeah,
We'll never know, dude.
Fred, you gotta step up your game.
Oh, it was Fred.
Fred-
God damn it.
Fred-
I thought it was Mike.
No, Fred is definitely the one. Like, that was crazy. They're like, yeah, Fred, we admire that you didn't want to leave the show.
It's unbelievable.
So we're so glad you didn't want to leave the show.
I mean, when you didn't even fucking do the assignment, like, you got to get kicked off. Like, there was no question he should have.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything else to say about this? Any like fun anecdotes?
I mean, I do want to bring up Tool Academy.
Oh, bring up Tool Academy. This is the anti-Tool Academy.
I feel like this is on your way to Tool Academy. Like I feel like
This
Like
is
Tool Academy is like a sequel to this after they become
Yeah, yeah.
tools. Oh, that's so good.
this. No, I'm just saying like once you get these skills, I feel like you're such a tool at this point. Like you just become such an ass, right?
Yeah,
So
totally.
like, I feel like a lot of the tools in Tool Academy were also like pickup artists, mainly because they're like hot and they like gained the momentum the natural way.
Sure.
Whereas like the pickup artists in these shows are like calculated assholes, whereas
Yeah.
the tools are just assholes. So like this is definitely a prequel to Tool Academy,
I would agree with that. Yeah, I could see that.
and I do think this is on the level of Tool Academy.
It's very similar. Yes.
I feel like I rated Tool Academy pretty low. I don't remember if we had ratings during Tool Academy.
I don't know. We may have had top, middle, bottom. We should go back and learn our
I
history.
did start going back and listening to a couple of the old ones. I listened to our episode of Botched. which is pretty
Oh,
old.
I do love Botched.
And I wrote down our ratings for that. That episode of Botched was great. Would this show be better?
No, it would
If
not be
everyone
better if
was
everyone was naked.
absolutely. Are you shitting me? You don't want to see Mystery's hot bod? Come on.
How do you peacock at that point? What is your
You stand at full
Yeah, how do
mass
you-
like the entire episode.
How do you do a makeover without like getting buff for like 4 months?
You just dye your hair a little blue.
I guess.
Oh, on that dye job, by the way, I feel like in like 2 weeks that dye job's gonna look awful because it's gonna lose part of that blue tint.
Yep.
Because like blue like leaves like immediately. You have
Yep.
to dye that like every week, and then your hair's just gonna look shitty. It's a bad idea.
Don't be like these people, folks.
Yeah. So I don't know if I have anything else to say. Ratings,
Top of the top. It was great.
Brian.
Top third. I mean, it's like probably top 3 for me. It was a really awesome show.
Is this top 3 reality show of all time?
No. I actually don't know what those would be. I mean, the challenge is up there too. But like, what else is?
I don't. You're the one that said it was top 3. I didn't say
I
that.
gotta think about it. I'm only like
Tool
a
Academy?
semi-regular guest on this thing, so like I'm thinking about the shows that I've seen, and most of them are not very good. But then this is like, ooh yeah.
This is some good stuff. I'd like to give a special shout out to Annabeth, who suggested this to us. Thank you for your amazing suggestions. Please email us at whoputthison@gmail.com for more suggestions.
This is definitely. It's not top of the top. I don't know if I'll ever put anything on top of the top, but the reality show editing of the show really pissed me off,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
that definitely knocks it down a little bit. But it's definitely top third. I think that anytime they have reality show editing, just fast forward. Like if you're watching this on real TV with real commercials,
Oh my god.
I pity you because I feel like it would really drag this show down a lot.
I also pity you because it's 2007.
I mean, they could be showing reruns of the show
No
somewhere.
way in hell are they showing reruns of this shit.
That's fair, especially with probably all the allegations Mystery has at this point. Don't really want to be associated to him.
J Dog though is fine, though, right? Right?
Oh, J Dog's okay.
J what?
He got out
J
quick.
Dog.
He left the show because he couldn't deal with Mystery, like doing all this bad
Did
shit.
you just research that?
No.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Just want to make
no.
sure you put words in it. Put good words in his mouth. So I just want to make sure.
Yeah. So what else have people been watching or
so
reading or
I have
consuming?
a minor challenge update for people.
Oh,
Ooh yeah.
tell me all about it.
So I had to stop after like 10 minutes in, but at the end of the last episode, I think we talked about it where CT and TO were getting into a fight.
Yep.
And then so this show started with that fight, and TO just gets up and leaves the room, and then he leaves the show. He's out. He's out the show.
So,
Wait, CT won.
CT won the fight, yeah.
Holy shit, that's so amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some cogent things about, like, I saw some interview with Bananas, and he was like, yeah, everyone came and was friendly, and, like, was trying to get along and meet everyone, and then, but T.O. just, like, came in and thought he was better than this, and, like, didn't really siloed himself, and then he just left.
Yeah. So after the episode with like that ended with CT and To about to fight, like I saw on like Johnny Bananas Twitter, just like To blocked him, and I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yep. Well, because then Banana said that thing, and then I guess Tio.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's the only challenge update I've got.
Also on the challenge, basically this is champs versus pros, right?
Stars.
Champs versus stars. So the champs are fucking cursed. Previously, 2 girls had to leave the show for like random shit reasons / they got really drunk and belligerent. And on this episode, one fucking destroyed her ankle, and the other one had very serious family emergency.
That was the family emergency one. She's
Ashley.
okay. She's still there.
Oh, okay.
So her dad's still around, at least at this point.
Okay.
So she's still staying on the show, but Ashley is gone, or the other one. Is Ashley the one?
Jenna.
Jenna is the one that
gone.
tore her, ruptured her Achilles. Or
She
something?
fractured her ankle.
Yeah, she's gone.
Like in real time, real life, only got the go ahead to go to the gym again today.
Oh, yeah. So she got sent to the elimination, and they were like, "Yeah, you're through the elimination. You're just done. You're gone." So
Shit's
Makes
nuts.
sense.
so she's gone, and then they were moving on to the next challenge, and I didn't watch anything else. I did watch Atlanta, the Danny Glover show.
Yeah, I heard good things about that.
It's definitely it's like a slice of life kind of show.
Okay.
Everyone said it was good, and I was like, I kind of get it, but I also don't get it. Like, it's like interesting to me because I think it does show a slice of life that I'm like have no idea really of like being poor and black in like America. It's like something that I don't really know anything about. So like that was interesting.
Sure.
But the way the show was constructed was really like jarring to me. There was like times where people were like they were about to get arrested or they got arrested, and then the next episode it was just like fine, and I was like, what happened with that though? So it's like a mix between serial and non-serial, and like I just got really confused. I get some of the praise, but I don't understand how it was like praise as well as it was.
Sorry, who's the main character in this?
I think it's Danny Glover.
Do you mean Donald Glover?
Danny Donald, like, yeah, whatever.
Sorry, I just I got a kick out of that.
That's fine. You can yell.
They're
at me.
both actors.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to remember which one it was, and I didn't remember.
The way to remember this is Donald Glover. His online username used to be Don Glover 69 or Don Glover 69.
Okay, all right, Donald Glover. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he's the main character. It's about him and his friend being like somewhat rap stars.
All right.
I enjoyed it. Give my critique.
I finished up Argue the One season 6.
Oh man.
So in the penultimate episode, they have 1 confirmed couple and 5 lights. So they're definitely fucked, right?
How many lights do they need?
They need 11.
Oh man. Okay.
No, man.
Well,
How do they
there's
have
no
5
there's no way to
lights?
get 10. So, final episode. There's this one guy, Keith. You may remember him as the Cray Chaser. Chases the crazy girls.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, guys, we gotta just figure this shit out. Everybody sit with like who you sat with on the first night, and we'll like figure out the probabilities, et cetera, et cetera. So finally, they do some truth booths, and they finally like go to the final, rounds where you say who you want to be hooked up with and get the lights. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you can't get 10 because that means you got all of them. They get the 10th and the 11th, and they fucking won.
What? They won?
I can't fucking
What?
believe it.
That
also,
is
some of the
insane.
some of the matchups were insane. I'm sure you don't remember any of the names, so I will skip over it. But some of them made no sense.
Yeah, that's why that show is bullshit.
Right, exactly. I would love to see like if they bring in the psychologist who said why somebody's matched up with another person.
Yeah, you need that. That's absolutely needed. You need the Dr. Pepper.
I want Dr. Pepper.
You need that. You need the process. You can't just be like, you have a perfect match in here, and it's like, at the end, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? This guy is crazy.
Yep. I also finished reading Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings. Would recommend the entire Sanderson verse.
It's very good. I've read all but the newest one that he's coming out
Ooh.
with. Well, I didn't read his young adult stuff. I didn't really like it, but I've read most of everything else.
But yeah, I think that's about it for updates.
Brian, you have anything you want to say?
Not really. I haven't been watching too much TV. Been kind of relaxing, trying to deal with the holidays. So
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time then.
What about rating us on iTunes?
Nah, forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it. Later.
You can find us on facebook.com/whoputthison. Find us on Twitter @whoputthison. Please email us suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.